So the total of my sales for today is... That was definitely the worst market I have ever been to. But this one turned out a lot bigger than my normal bees.
Okay, so we have the 6 sunflowers here.
Hi guys, welcome to another market vlog. It has been a little while since my last market vlog, so I'm excited to be doing a market in 7 days. So I've just recently signed up to this market. It was kind of a last minute addition to my schedule. So we have 7 days to prep, and I do have a fair amount of stock, so I'm not feeling too stressed about it because I do have some stock from my last market, which was in September, and I've also had quite a while to crochet between then and now. So I have gone through my inventory and had a quick look of exactly what I need to replenish. And I have done the following things recently. So I have these cats. These are in variations of browns and just neutral colors. This is the Jolly and Joy range from Spotlight, so it's on sale now if you're an Aussie. But yeah, so we have these little cats. I've got 10 of them, which is great. So I'm going to probably stop there, and because I've never had these before, so I'm just going to see how they perform this weekend. But 10 is, I'm happy with 10, so that's all I'm going to do. I've also been crocheting leggy frogs because I did only have 2 left from my last market, so I did need to restock those. So I have them both in green, and I also have them in pink. I have 9 of those currently, so I am going to do 1 more just to make it even. And then I'm going to also stop there with the leggy frogs. I do have a lot of bigger items though, so I think I'm okay in terms of big plushies. It is a school market that I'm going to, like it's a Christmas market. It's not a regular market, so it is one that's held maybe once or twice a year. So I'm not too sure how this market will be because I've never gone to it before. I think the latest comms that I saw, it was going to be 65 vendors there, which is actually a pretty decently sized market. So I'm excited to see who's there and what the crowds are like. They are going to have a lot of things for kids, so there should be a lot of kids there too, which is great for me. So I've also been working on a large bee. I generally take 2 large bees to each of my markets, but I haven't been doing it probably for the last 2 markets because I just haven't had the time to do them. But I did start working on one last night, and I kind of just freehand these ones, but this is it so far. I've just kind of realized that I've made it gigantic. I generally do make them big, but I feel like this is a little bit bigger than I normally make them. So we're currently working with like human head size, but we're almost done. We're halfway through the body, and I just need to finish this side of the body and then add on the wings. But it's coming along well. So I was going to do 2, but because of how big it is, I don't want to have 2 different sizes. So I'm just going to stick with the 1, and we'll just see how that one goes. But like I said, I do have quite a lot of big things anyway. And I would kind of like to concentrate on the smaller things for this market because it is going to be a lot of kids. So I'll go through my entire inventory the day before the market so you can see exactly what I'm bringing. And then I'll take you to the market, and then afterwards we'll do a full recap of what the market was like and how much I earned, expenses, etc. So for now, I'm going to finish off this large bee, and then I'm going to start on some capybaras. I did start on 1, so we have 1. And I just want to make probably another handful more just so that I have a display worth. Same with the little tiny mini turtles. I do only have a couple of those. I also have 4 of these chickens. So this is the chicken in the like a mushroomy grey color, and I've got 1 of those, and then I have 4 of the cream chickens, and I need to restock my little mini turtles as well because I think I've only got 2 or 3. So I'm going to work on the little stuff because it is a school market. I do want to get the little stuff done, and then I'm going to go and check to make sure I have everything ready for my market, such as my square reader is charged and my cash box and all of the things I generally take to a market. So I'll go through that with you all a little bit later when it's closer to the market day. So I get started on finishing off this bee and also working on the rest of the little things that I want to bring, and I'll check back in when I have some more things crocheted. Okay, so now I'm going to wrap my individual sunflowers. So I have them here, and these I just wrap in like a craft colored floral wrapping paper, and I just have them singularly already wrapped. I used to have them as like really long stems, so they're not as long as you can see, and like a pick your own bouquet, but now just to make it a little bit easier, I like to do them just already pre-wrapped, just as single flowers. So I will have these for sale for $18 each, and I'm going to wrap them now. So I'll show you how I kind of wrap them. It's just very basic, but let's go do that together and get these done. Okay, so let's wrap these flowers. I'm just using this piece of craft wrapping paper, so it's white on this side and craft colored on this side. So this is floral wrapping paper from Kosh & Co, which is the floristry supply shop that I buy most of my floristry wire and stuff from. So it is a nice thick and like slightly glossy color, which is nice. It's a little bit longer, this particular piece, but I didn't want to cut it up and then waste it, knowing that I really wasn't going to use a small off piece, so we're just going to use the whole size. I also use this twine, or really any twine, just to make it look a little bit rustic, and obviously scissors, because how are you going to cut without scissors? Putting it on and then just kind of bending it out a little bit like this. And then I kind of just scrunch it. Grab some twine. And wrap it a couple of times. That is a sunflower all wrapped up, so it's just a little mini sunflower. Not too difficult, just really basic wrapping, just because they are just my little $18 flowers, so I don't do anything crazy. And then if someone wants to, they can always take off the wrapping paper and do whatever they want to do with it. A lot of people told me they just use it for desk decor, so they don't even use the individual wrap anyway, but that's how they look, and when they are all done, they look really nice together. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap the rest of these, and we'll see what they look like when they're all done. This is another technique that I'll use. So what I'll do is I'll wrap it a few times and tie it at the back, and then I'll use a fresh piece to do my bow, especially if I feel like I need a little bit extra wraps to keep it secure. Then you have more length for the bow itself. There we go. This piece was a little bit big as well, so I cut my papers in all different lengths. So we have shorter and longer ones. We have variety.
Okay, so we have the 6 sunflowers here, and they are all individually wrapped, so I think they look fine. They will be probably presented in like a little box crate thing, which I usually use for my flowers. So I'm going to try and get some more flowers done, which would be these ones. So these I don't do individually, I'll need to do another 2 tulips, so it'll be 3 tulips per wrap. But for now we just have the sunflowers, so these are finished and I can add them to my list of completed stuff. So now that I have these done, I will probably start to work on some of the tulips, but for now at least I do have these 6 of these done. Even if I don't get the other flowers done, at least I've got these. So these are the ones that are usually the most popular anyway, so I do try to have at least a handful of the individual sunflowers at each market, just in case. So I'm going to put these with the rest of my completed plushies and flowers, and then I will keep working on the little things and check back in and see how much I'm able to get done. And then maybe in a couple of days we will go through our inventory again and do a final check. So let's get crocheting. Okay, so it's been a couple of days. It's now Saturday, so it's the day before the market. It's like 10 o'clock. And I need to go to Officeworks to buy some bags, which I was actually going to do earlier in the week, but we're just getting around to it now. So I'm going to go to Officeworks to pick up some paper bags, and I think that's pretty much all I need to buy for the market. I have pretty much everything else ready. It's just the bags that I generally always need to restock, so I might buy a bunch of them for my upcoming markets. But I have also done a little bit of crochet in the meantime, not a lot, so I'll show you what I've actually been able to get done this last week. So the big bee is now finished. So this one turned out a lot bigger than my normal bees. So I generally price them at 45, but I'm going to price this one at 50 just because he's pretty massive. So this one's 50, and then if I make them again, I'll go back to my normal size. I think I just did 1 round of increases, too many. So this one is 50, and we also have 3 of these little mini turtles, so I've done an extra 3, so that now takes us to 6 mini turtles. I do want to have 10, so I'm going to do 4 more today, and I'm also going to get started on some more of my mini tulips, which are these. So I do, obviously this one's only got 1 in it. I usually do 3 tulips per bouquet, and this one I did like the 3 lavender and 1 tulip mix. So we're going to do
probably a bunch more tulips and just see how many bouquets I can get. I can probably only get like a couple more bouquets, to be honest, because I don't have enough time to really do a lot of them. So that's probably what it's going to be at for this market. But anyway, let's go to Officeworks now and grab some bags. Okay, so these are the bags I was talking about. So these are just the recycled craft paper carry bags. Most markets that I do lately require you to have paper bags. So we're not actually allowed to have any kind of plastic bags, which I think is a law anyway across the state. So we have to have these, and I think they're around $18 or something like that. It adds an extra expense to the markets, but it is good for the environment, and we're not allowed to have plastic bags anyway. I'll add these to my market box now so I don't forget them. So I'm in the garage, just going through all of my market stuff. I keep everything downstairs here. And I just found these festive like lights that I had from last year's market. Last year's market was like an evening market. I think it was like 2 till 7 or something. So I had these lights just to make it a bit more festive. I don't even know if it's got batteries in it, honestly, but I'm gonna see. Okay, it works, cool. And I think it does flashing as well. Or it's, yeah, I don't know. I think one's a timer, one's flashing. But anyway, we have this. So I am going to put it on my market table just to make it a little bit more festive. I do have some other decorations laying around that I may be able to use as well. But we're going to just kind of stick with the lights, I think. And then see if I've got any other... I do have some Christmas stands somewhere, but I think I'm just going to stick with my basic setup and just add tinsel or add like these lights, because otherwise I just have to think too much. So I think we're going to stick with this for the decorations. And I'm going to go through the rest of my markets box to see what I'm missing. I do need to charge my square reader. I haven't done that yet, so I'll show you what I bring. I try and condense it down as small as possible because it's just me carrying everything and it gets heavy, so I'll show you what I'm bringing. Okay, so this is a 40-litre tub. It's not huge, like it's actually kind of small. I just got this one from Bunnings, and I try and keep everything in here. So obviously I can't put my plushies or my like stand stuff, but everything else I need, like price signs, bags, these may not fit in. The grid cubes that I may use to just give my booth height, my cash box, and like random signs. I don't actually think I even have any bats, so I've got to go through my price signs and see what I need to make. I also have, oh my gosh. So I also have like random things in here. So I have like clips. These are for keychains. It's super messy. I've got chargers. I've got everything in here. So I need to go through this and kind of sort it out a little bit. I have some stand stuff here, display stands, but I'm going to go and organize this now and see if I can get it all neat. And then I'm going to start putting everything I need to take into the car. So I'm hoping to have everything already packed in the car by this afternoon, so I don't have to worry about rushing last minute. So if I can get all of this organized and then everything in the car and done, I can just finish up crocheting like last minute stuff. I'm gonna try and get this organized now. It is almost 12. So if I can get this done by 1, that will be a great accomplishment, and then I can relax for the rest of the day. I do need to print out some signs upstairs, and I also need to price some of the bigger items that don't have price tags attached. So I'm going to go and add that to my list of to-do. And firstly though, I want to get all of this stuff packed up and loaded into the car. Okay, so now I'm going to price everything. So I'm going to price everything. So I do have some things that need price tags stuck on them. I do have price signs that I also need to print out, like for the cats. So that they're just the round signs that I have, like these. So I just make these on Canva and print them out on kind of thick paper, like thicker than usual paper. But for my individual price signs, and I think I show these in most of my market vlogs, it's these. So these are the bigger ones. I make these on Canva as well. They just have like what the item is, the price, and then my socials, so you can kind of see, because not everyone takes a bag. So my business card isn't always with the plushie when someone purchases something from me. So at least this way, if there's like, you know, these details on there, if they want to follow me or get in contact with me, they can. And I also have these smaller versions for the smaller things that need price tags as well. So I'm going to go through and price all of my unpriced items. So the new stuff that I've crocheted since last market, and then print out any signs, those big signs for bulk items like the cats. I think it's only the cats that I need prices printed out for. So Okay guys, so let's go through my inventory for this market. This is everything that I'm bringing. I may crochet some more things between now and tomorrow. If I do crochet anything else, I will mention it tomorrow at the market. So for now, I have been crocheting some flowers, so I'll show you what I've done. So I haven't assembled these yet. I'm just crocheting the flower parts for now. So we have 2 roses and 2 tulips. So I just need to make the 2 leaves for these and the green bases for these. And then I can assemble them, and I just need to make 1 more rose, and that will create 1 full bouquet. And I already have 1 tulip here, so once I finish these 2, this will be a bouquet as well. So that's an extra 2 bouquets that I have made today. And to go through the rest of the flowers that I'm bringing, we have a tulip and lavender bouquet, and all of these mini bouquets are $30 each. And we also have 6 of these bouquets, the single sunflower bouquets. These are $18 each. And finally, I have 2 of the lavender trios for $35 each. These are the full size flowers, as you can see. So that's all the flowers I'm taking for tomorrow. That's obviously not a lot. I would have liked to have more flowers, but we'll go through the plushies now. So this is the single capybara. I was going to make 10, but only managed to make 1. So I'm not sure if I should bring it or if I'll just keep it for my next market and make 10 of. But we have it here as backup just in case I start to sell out. We have 9 bees at $20 each. 7 mushrooms at $20 each. We have 1 large bee, and he will be $50. We have 3 of the magic potions, which will be $28 each. 2 of the daisy turtles. So I finished printing out my price tags, and I have tagged everything now. So as you can see, everything has a little tag. So anything new has a new tag on it. Anything that I've crocheted before from my old market already has tags on. And I have updated my square reader with all the new items as well. We have 1 Umbreon, and he will be $90. And we have 10 kitties in various color combos, and these are $25 each. I have 4 of these chickens for $28 each, and we have 3 of the Jellycat inspired macarons for $28 each. I have 6 mini turtles in some various different colors. These are $18 each, and I have 10 leggy frogs in these 2 color combos for $18 each. Now, as for my keychains, I have 2 of the cookie keychains. All keychains are $18 each. I have 6 little chicken keychains, also $18 each. I have 2 Miffy keychains, 1 with a bow and 1 without. And I have 1 little froggy keychain. So that is all the keychains. I don't have too many keychains for this market, but while I'm there, I may be able to crochet some more if I remember to bring all of my stuff that I need. I've also got 1 drift loon, and this guy is $55. I have 1 Eevee for $60. I have my cat snuggler for $25 and my pumpkin bear for $35. We have 1 cloud left for $30. I probably won't make any more of these because they took a long time to sell, even though I really like to make them. And they're probably one of my favorite items for some reason because I don't know, I like clouds, but they didn't sell very well, so I probably won't keep these in my collection. But at least for now, this is a single last one left. And I have this gigantic capybara for $70. I have this cactus pot plant for $35, and finally I have this hippo for $45. So that is everything that I am bringing to my market. So our total inventory for tomorrow comes to $2,198, which is actually not too bad. I have been really busy at work, my 9 to 5, so I really haven't been able to crochet as much as I wanted to. So I'm hoping that this is enough stock for tomorrow. I'm not expecting it to be a very big market. I think there's around 65 other vendors, so it's starting to look like it could possibly be a bigger market, but it's a small school market, so I'm not too sure. I'm kind of thinking that this might be enough stock for the market. And anyway, whatever sells, obviously in any amount I make, I'm very grateful for. So I'm going to probably prep at this particular market for my next market. So I'll probably take some stuff to make some flowers. I probably won't prep at this market to restock at the market. Sometimes I'll just make leggy frogs or something small and easy so I can restock while I'm sitting at the market. But I'll probably just use this time tomorrow to prep flowers because they do take a little bit of time. So I'll probably just make a bunch of flowers at the market tomorrow, and then I can assemble them the next day for the upcoming markets. That is all of our inventory for today, and I don't know how much more I can add to it tonight. Honestly, I did want to get some more mini turtles done, but we'll have to see. But I will let you know tomorrow at the market whether I was able to get anything else done. Okay, so this is probably my last check-in before the market tomorrow. So unless anything interesting happens between now and then, I will see you guys tomorrow at the market. Let's see.
Can you make a head scarf?
I've never made one before, but I've made a one which is kind of close. I had to find a pattern.
Mommy, you want to have me go?
Oh,
You scared the hell out of me. There's a whole cabin for us.
oh, yeah. Okay, so we are here. There is so many crocheters here, so I don't know how I feel about this, but we haven't sold anything, so there is a lot of crocheters here. It's 9:27, so it's just started. There is a really loud van right behind me, a food stall, so I don't know if you can hear me, but all I can smell is petrol, so I'm gonna have a headache soon. It is 10:49 and we have not made any sales just yet. It's pretty busy, but just not here. People have been telling me that there's a lot of crocheters even further into the market and that they're spending their money before getting in, so yeah, I don't know how today is, but there's pancakes right across from me, so I'm going to get some pancakes in a second as comfort food. How you doing? Hey,
It's $28.
I like your hat. So update, it is now 12:30. I've just been given a candy cane for Christmas. There's music in the background, so I don't know how clear this is. We've sold a cat snuggler, 2 kitties, and a bee, and a keychain. So doing okay. We have 1.5 hours to go though, so it's still very busy, so hoping it picks up soon for me. A wild Evie appeared. So I have a little visitor to the market today. You want to say hello? Ow. Ow. No, she doesn't. So the good thing about a slow market, yeah, you can have that.
Can I have it?
Yeah, you can have it. The good thing about a slow market though is that I've got some crochet done. So I've got 3 roses and a bit of a sunflower. Okay, so we have a popping pearl strawberry green tea and grapes. Are you making it look nice? Thanks, Amy. Good job. Okay, so we are now finished at the market and I am just about to head home, so I will do a full market recap in just a moment, so you'll see the final breakdown, how much we made, and my thoughts on this market. So I am back from the market now, and I have to say that was definitely the worst market I have ever been to. It was a bit of a disaster, to be honest. I think for the first 3 hours I didn't make a single sale. I was surrounded by crocheters. There was 4 of us there, which is just way too many for a really small school. There was also a lot of those 3D printed like dragons, you know, they're really small 3D printed shops, and they sell things for pretty cheap. So there's a lot of kids spending their pocket money on those shops because they were like $5. So I've had a few people comment by the time they got to my stall, and I was at the back, so you had to walk through all of the stalls, and then I was sort of towards the back near the food truck. So people were commenting, oh, I've already spent my money by the time I come to the back, so I don't have any money to spend, or there's so many crocheters here already, and people already had crochet stuff, like they were bringing their crochet stuff into my stall. So I could see that people have been shopping and then got to me and the food trucks, and then that was it was too late by that point. So unfortunately it wasn't great for sales. It was a really nice atmosphere, and the people that organized it was super nice. So I kind of got there and my spot was taken by someone's car, so the car was parked in the way, and I was there at like 7:30, but I wasn't able to start setting up until a little bit after 8 when the guy moved his car. But the event organizers were super nice and really kind. One of the guys helped me put up my gazebo, my gazebo is so heavy, so it's really hard for me to do it on my own. So he helped me put it up, and he came and checked on me, which was really nice. So it was a really nice atmosphere. You could tell the school community came out to support each other, which was really nice to see. They had Santa, they had live music, they had a reptile show, so kids could watch crocodiles and stuff. So it was just really cool. It was a nice family outing. It just unfortunately was not my day, which is totally fine. Like, I expect to have really bad markets and really good markets. It's just part of it's kind of like a gamble, and I am super appreciative of everyone who came and said hello and spent money on my market, because obviously, you know, it is a really big thing for someone to spend their money on something that I've made. Like, I really do appreciate it. Even though I didn't make that much money today, it was still a really fun day out. So I'll go through the totals of what I made and do like a profit / loss. So to be there at the event, it was $90 fee. So it was actually quite a low fee for Sydney. Generally, most of my stall fees are around $200 plus. So it was nice to be a below $100 stall fee. So actually, it seems like I only made sales within the 1 hour. So I think it was between 11:30 and 12 is actually where I made all of my sales today. I didn't make any other sales at any other point in time. So I think for the first 2.5 hours, I didn't make a single sale. And then I made all of my sales in half an hour. And then for the rest of the event, I didn't make anything. So I'll go through what I sold, because I didn't sell very many things. So I can kind of go through exactly what I sold. So my best seller today was kittens, those little kittens. So I sold 2 of those. I sold the cat snuggler, which was a pattern test. So that was really nice that I sold that. I sold an assorted keychain, which was the Miffy keychain. I sold 1 mini bee and 1 sunflower bouquet. So the total of my sales for today is $129, which is actually probably on par with my other worst market, which was the Kirribilli markets, when it was like a torrential rain, thunderstorm, and I still went out into the rain and did that market, and there were a couple of people who braved the elements to come and buy from me. It was just the most crazy. It was like a cyclone. But I still set up my tent in the cyclone, and I think I sold around the same amount of money. So it was kind of insane to have this day and that day similar, but that's just how it is, and that's just the unpredictability of markets. I actually just got accepted into another market, which is it's kind of like the Bayside Spring Fair that I do. So it's held by the same council that runs that one, but they're doing their Christmas market, and they're doing the Christmas market for the first time ever. It's like a new event, and it also falls on the day after the Randwick Christmas Festival that I'm doing. So it's basically 2 back-to-back markets, 1 evening market and 1 day market. But my mum is going to help me for both of them. So she's agreed to be my unpaid employee for 2 days, which I feel really bad about, but she's more than happy to help me. She said she's more than happy to help me. So we're going to do those 2 markets, and hopefully that one will make up for this market not being so great. Anyway, all in all, it was a really nice day out. I got some Nutella crepes, which was super nice, and also some strawberry green tea with lychee popping jelly or something. But anyway, popping pearls, I think it was. It was super nice. I think I pretty much just have pure sugar running through my veins now, though. There was just so much sugar, but it kept me awake, so I can't complain. As long as I have nice food at a market, I'm fine. Whatever happens, happens. As long as I get, to watch entertainment and eat food, it doesn't really matter. So that is pretty much it for my vlog now. I hope you enjoyed. So if you like this market vlog, please feel free to like, subscribe, and hype, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.